Hello, hello. I don't usually do drawing streams, but I figure if I'm gonna be kinda looking back at my past 2 years streaming, I might as well have something on screen rather than just talking to empty, empty screen. So I'm just gonna doodle a bit like the major games that I've played since I started streaming, which, yeah, it has been exactly 2 years since I started streaming. You know, I looked back at the very first stream that I did, and it was May 31st, 2022. And I remember at that time, my, as I was setting up to start streaming, my self-imposed goal that I set, I guess, I can't remember exactly, but around the start of 2020, it was, alright, I'll start streaming in May. That was what I told myself. Of course, what ends up happening is, yeah, I did start streaming in May, but it was the very last day in May. And that first stream was Link's Awakening, so I'm gonna draw a little doodle of Link. I just opened up a reference. As it so happens, Link's Awakening is a pretty simplified style. The opening image of Link. Title page here. But yeah, throughout the 2 years I've actually played a decent amount of games, which was my goal, I guess, you know? Playing a bunch of games that I have never played before. Yeah, that was the first major game I played. And then the other major game I played after that was Deathmark. Alright, this one might be a bit hard to do in a simple style, but I'll try. Because it has a very realistic art style. But yeah. Deathmark being a horror visual novel. Although, I guess originally, it's not like I'm especially like a horror fan or anything, but I like visual novels, so that's a game that I'm pretty happy about playing. Let me see. The thing about Deathmark, when I search up reference images, the main character is kind of customizable. It's like hardly customizable, you can choose a few different options. So maybe to represent Deathmark, I'll draw the mysterious doll. And if I'm gonna, I'll kind of keep everything in the Link's Awakening style. It looks like a cat. Although she isn't the main character, she does play a very important role. So, should be good to use her as a representation of Deathmark. I think I've made her a bit too big compared to Link. Okay. It's a cute hat. And a dress. So that was Deathmark. I guess genre-wise, it's kind of similar to Somnium Files, which I played most recently as like a visual novel type game. And also being kind of mystery and like, I guess like the structure is kind of similar. There's like investigation-like parts and then, well, not really a spoiler, but towards the end of the game, it's like reveal after reveal. Although perhaps not nearly as crazy as not as crazy as Somnium Files, because those reveals were kinda crazy. So then, the next major game I played was Fire Emblem Engage. I did play Vtuber Connect in between, but that, like, I considered whether or not I should include that in this list, but I think it's minor enough in the sense that it only took me 4 parts to finish it, that I won't include it. And yeah, I already did draw fan art of it, actually. So for Fire Emblem Engage, I'm gonna draw Alear, and since I played with male Alear, I'm gonna draw male Alear. And you know what I just realized? These guys' designs are pretty crazy. How am I gonna simplify it? Well, I'll try. So again, big head. These guys are all not smiling. I'm gonna make Alear smile. Actually, you know what? Or I can't even remember her name. Is it's the doll, but it's like Alice or something? something kind of generic like that. But for Alear, I'm gonna do these eyes. Just these eyes are just to demonstrate how doll-like, how unlifelike he is. So for Alear, he's got that particular cross X hair. And then his hair is like both red and blue, but I'm doing line art right now, so it is neither. At the moment. Okay, neither is not quite the right word, because I think this is more blue than it is red. So yeah, his clothes, let's ultra simplify it. He's got this thing around his shoulders. And then he's also got something around his neck. What the heck is this clothes? And then he's got this fancy sword. It's probably not going to be as fancy when I draw it. And then, as it so happens, his leg have this kind of poofy part above the top before it kind of goes into this. But yeah, about Fire Emblem. Engage. It was the only game that I've played so far that's like that was actually like new on release when I played it, because Fire Emblem as like a franchise is one of the only game franchises that I actually, I guess, keep up with, or like, you know, I play the new entries of, compared to like other games where I don't actually, you know what, I don't actually play games. Let's put it that way. I don't actually play games. The only game that I play is like Fire Emblem. And thus, even up to now, Fire Emblem Engage is like the only game that I've played on stream that is actually new and not like a one-off game. Because I guess if we're counting like the shorter games, then I have played like newer games, like repeating again, VTuber Connect was new when I played it. But it's also like a shorter game, not really a major title. So again, Alir ended up being kind of huge. Kind of reminds me of the Fire Emblem Heroes style. And that brings us to the end, actually, of my first year, right? Well, actually, now I'm getting confused. This Link I played from... because I started streaming, you know, 2 years ago. I think Link's Awakening took me about half a year to finish. And Death Mark took me well, I played it actually in two sections. And I also, you know, played interspersed. I think I mixed around both of these so that I could play like an action-ish game at the same time as like a reading kind of game. But then when I played Fire Emblem Engage, I played that for like a whole year straight. That was a long game. So then we move on to more recent history, the start of 2024. I started playing Mega Man Battle Network 1. And I'll continue playing that starting next week. So for this one, I'm just gonna draw Mega Man himself. I could draw Lan, but I think I'll stick with Mega Man. He's like the title, the titular character. And who knows, maybe that means, you know, he'll be easier to draw, because he's essentially just got a helmet and, like, a bodysuit? Is that what you call it? His design is, possibly a bit more straightforward. So, round head. He'll also smile. I think Mega Man's always smiling. He's got this helmet with, like, this stuff around his ears. And... wait, this helmet is pretty round. I need to move this stuff down. And I also think it's a bit big. Yeah, Mega Man was pretty fun. Even if apparently the first one is like terrible compared to the others. I'll just say that makes me look forward to the next ones even more. Actually, you know what? I'm not gonna draw that, I'm just gonna do the eyes like this. It makes him look a bit, plain, doesn't it? Well, eyes like that. Maybe it's because his design is already fairly simple. So trying to simplify it into dot eyes is a bit strange. And then he's also got the circle. And the gloves. Are those gloves the gauntlets? The thing that he uses to like shoot people eventually? Let me get a better shot of his boots. Okay, this looks kinda weird, but it will get better when I out of everyone so far. I think Mega Man being the most how do I put it? The least amount of clothes, basically. The least amount of clothes to hide it. He looks the most awkward right now. Yeah, and then the last one that I'll draw is Aiba. Or Somnium Files that I finished like how many days ago now? I finished it on Tuesday, so like 1, 2, 3 days ago. And I have a trick for Aiba. I am gonna draw her eyeball form. I could draw her human form, but if I'm gonna be drawing simplified versions of things anyway, let's draw an eyeball instead. How does her eyeball look? It's an eyeball with like a spine. It's like drawing Pikachu, actually. I feel like the skills that I'm using to draw Aiba right now are the same skills that I used to draw Pikachu. It's this like flabby part, and then like having legs, this vaguely round head. To turn it into Pikachu, all you need to do is like this. Like that's literally Pikachu. But instead Iva has teddy bear kind of ears. And those are the major games that I have played since my first stream. So, like, obviously, there were other games that I played, like one-off games. I consider, like, let's say, for the one-off non-story-ish games that I played, I liked my Tetris phase quite a lot. Well, there's also perhaps recency bias there because I just recently been playing Tetris 99. Which Tetris 99 I cannot get past rank 5. Well, to begin with, I feel like getting rank 5 is high for me. But no matter how I try, I can't get any higher than that. Feels like complete luck. But probably by the time you get to like that level, it's probably skill for the people who actually win. Like, luck can get me high up. The luck of not getting targeted by someone and, like, getting sent a whole bunch of, garbage. That's something that I can get from luck. But then once I'm at, like, the top, I don't know, 20, top 10, then it's like, it goes, first of all, like, the pieces come so quickly. So even if I weren't getting garbage from other players, I would still probably die just from sheer speed with my skill level. Not to mention the fact that I still totally don't do T-spins. Although I don't know if that matters in Tetris 99. Ooh, a shield. Actually, is Link's shield way bigger than I drew it? I think it is. I drew like mini shield compared to the size of his shield, actually. It's more like that. And it might even be a bit more pointed. I wonder what next Zelda game I'll play. I'm curious about the Minish Cap because it came out on the like the emulator on using Switch Online because I've got that, so technically I can play it already. Without having to buy a whole new game. So that one catches my interest. It's kind of the same with Fire Emblem 7, which is on the Nintendo Switch Online emulator. The appeal of not having to pay for a new game. Oh, hey Moth Goblin, thank you! You know, it doesn't feel like it's been 2 years. Although I guess at least for Twitch, it hasn't been that long. Since I started streaming on YouTube. Kind of started streaming because I don't know, I admired the aesthetic, I don't know, not really aesthetic, but like the general the art of VTubing. Hence why I tried it out on my own. Boy, this line sure is kind of bugging me. And like, I feel like I've kind of gotten used to streaming Mostly games, really. But there are still a lot of aspects of, like, the art of VTubing that I kind of admired on the onset. That I'm still very much not doing. And I still think would be cool to do. But it's also weird to think about because I am myself a fan of VTubers. You know, like, I have done music-ish related things, but I do want to do more music-ish related things. Even if it's not something that, like, I don't know, I usually do. And like, if we're really talking about like the VTuber as a genre. Doing something more with my lore. Because I never really, I don't know, find a place to bring it up. The fact that I am a ghost. And like... that I... well, should I be sharing my lore? That I've haunted someone before starting streaming? It just never comes up, you know? I'm just using right now the hide the arm behind the back move. Let's just do that. Hide the arm behind the back. Okay, I need a better reference image of her feet. Because... boy, do I not know where her feet is. Ah, her name is Mary. Right. Did we ever actually see her feet? The thing about visual novels, you always get the shot of them, like, maybe from the waist up. I I see like fan art of her feet, but I don't think she has like a full sprite model with her feet. Oh, I found what? Okay, okay. She does have feet. Good to know. Well, I do that search to find her feet, and this is what I'm gonna do to her feet. Amazing. Was there a point to searching it up? The power of deformed models. The little sticks here represent feet. Alright, that's how it goes when I don't have a reference. And also, she became tall. With the addition of her feet, she became tall. Let me do something about that hair for a moment. There. Maybe even an extra bit here. And she's a bit tall if I want her to match the size with length. There. Oh, I accidentally drew Allure and Mega Man on the same layer. So here we have the difficulty of fine hair strands, but very, very thick brush. And the solution to this is probably just gonna be simplify the hair. So instead of 2 small strands, I'll turn it into 1. I feel so much Fire Emblem Heroes from this. The vibe. And then the Alir has complicated clothes dilemma. But because of his complicated clothes, it works out so that it feels like there's extra detail. Even if it might be strange and disproportionate. Trying to draw a straight sword, how difficult is it? The difficult part is that what I drew there, even if it's not straight, it looks better than if it were straight. Ah, yes. Let's do that. Alright, and then for the hand... nothing special, just draw a blob. And that's a leer. Is he a bit tall? Yo, Link is just short. I think I should just accept that. Link is just short. So then... Mega Man. Alright, I need to do so much to his proportions here. For one, let's maybe make the triangle a bit bigger. Since his eyes have gotten smaller. Can I find myself a nice reference image? Not quite. Alright, and then this round head. And the fact that I can't hide him behind clothes begins now. The question of how to proportion a chibi kind of design. Maybe if instead of drawing his arm straight out, what if I just bent it a bit? Or maybe I could bend one of his arms. That might work better. Maybe not. Okay, you know what? Let's forget about the arms for now. The body. Standing with his legs apart. I think the big part here is that the boots should be lower down. They aren't like thigh-high boots. I think they're below the knee still, yeah? In fact, I've been making feet too small compared to Link. Link's feet are pretty big, like they're like that. If I imagine it being like a bit bent. those feet aren't half bad. Then it's just about the arm. Let's make his hands on his hips. Like this. Or maybe, what if I cross his arms? What if I make one of his hands shoot something instead of a hand? That way at least I don't have to make it look like a hand. So like, here it can point up and be like, yeah, I can shoot stuff out of my arm. And then, well, this hand still needs to be a hand. There. And then of course, he's gotta have like his hair sticking out. That's Mega Man. Looks a bit skinny. What if I just shift that over a bit? There we go. And then final is Aiba. Mega Man over a bit. You know what? I'll move everyone over a bit so that they're all well and centered. It's like, find the one that doesn't belong. It's Aiba. What I'm actually gonna do though, I'm gonna make Aiba smaller, just to kind of try and represent the size. Actually, you know what? If Aiba's eyeball sized, then making it like that size could be kind of realistic, right? And even then, it's not too small. I will, however, make the brush smaller to account for this smaller size. I think that's about okay. Alright, alright. The eyeball is kind of doomed there. The actual, like, eyeball. The mysterious hand. And then the beautiful, beautiful eye spine. Eyeball spine. There! Tiny, tiny Aiba. And now I said I would make everything evenly spaced, but Aiba just threw everything off. Alright, I'm gonna just kinda quickly turn the lines black. Is black the way to go here? I feel like it might not be, but Regardless. And then I'll just quickly color, and then that'll be it, right? Pretty straightforward. Look back? Well, did I do much looking back, or did I just do some drawing? I think I just did some drawing, really. I closed my link tab. Let me bring that back. Because I don't know the colors of his shield off the top of my head. Gray and blue, but then there's also some stuff inside that blue. He's also got brown. So this yellow design... Ah. Is like that, and then there's this fancy red thing. I don't think I'm gonna go that fancy. Basically there's something here, and then it like goes like this. You know what? I feel like that's pretty much good enough, honestly. Everything is oversimplified anyway. And then we have Mary. Scary doll. Her skin is super pale. Heck, it's practically gray. Is that a bit too gray? Well, she's a doll. It doesn't matter. It's probably that gray. And her eyes are kind of like desaturated blue. And her hair is a desaturated yellow. Everything about her is kind of desaturated. Is that perhaps too saturated? I think that's too saturated. It's like practically gray. Everything is so gray. It's like I can't tell the difference between her hair and her skin. Maybe I should make her skin even lighter. Like that much lighter. And then her hat is kind of like dark gray. Everything about her is like dark. Like her whole dress. Except there is a kind of darkish red. This is supposed to be a flower. But as if I can draw a flower in that limited space. I see Link here with all the brightest colors possible, and then I see Mary with the like most gray like colors imaginable. And then we're gonna move on to Alear, who has, again, the brightest colors imaginable. Even brighter than Link. Because, dang, those are like bright, bright colors. His hair, for example, is gonna be like this level of bright, maybe? And then the same on blue. Like, this kind of blue? And then his skin color is, well, I mean, is very light. But at least has some color to it. Oh, but then his clothes is white. How the heck do I do white on a white background? Well, I know the background, so I can do some white. Everything he wears is pretty much white. I'll start with that. I'll just, you know, block out everything in white. And then it's gonna be a matter of what isn't white. And then those are gonna be the parts that stand out. Heck, if I'm gonna be doing this, I might as well just use a lock transparency on this layer. So I'll go ahead and do that. Lock transparency on this. And he's got... Let's start with the sword. Yellow. Bright, bright yellow. And then brown. And then the blade itself is practically white, but slightly blue, honestly. Slightly blue, kinda? Not gray, but blue. And then this thing is blue. Interestingly enough. So there are colors, but like... they're on the lines, actually. Which now confuses me, because I wasn't actually planning on coloring the lines. Maybe I should have thought about this a bit more. But I mean, for the most part, that is actually just it. Like, there would be a line here. Just like for his clothes. He's got like that random bit of armor there. But apart from that, it's just like tiny little accessories that are colored. And then there is Mega Man. Oh boy, Mega Man's gonna be... Actually, from here on out, isn't it? It's gonna be pretty straightforward, isn't it? Like what we have here. I'm gonna look at Mega Man dark blue and lighter blue, essentially. Now the dark blue doesn't look quite right. And then a lot of yellow here and there. How is this blue so different? It's like not... It's darker blue, but it's not quite like that kind of darker. Like this kind of darker? The yellow is like more saturated. And then darker blue is used just... Dang, it really is just one bucket tool and there it is! Okay, and the thing that's in the middle is yellow, like a yellow ring inside. How do I word this? Is a red circle with a yellow ring around it. But all I have here is what's in it and not a ring around it, so I guess I'll just stick with red. Even though it is yellow around it. Is it important for it to be yellow around it? Let me experiment quickly. Well, that's definitely not gonna work. If I just do yellow on the outside... Like, that would be ideal. I'll do that. And then Aiba. Simple Aiba. Just an eyeball. Tiny eyeball. Actually, I can just bucket tool this. Wow. Aiba, pretty much done. The eyeball itself is white, and then pink for the spine thing. And the inside is yellow. With this inside it. But yeah, that's my quick everything that I've played that was significantly long as a game for the past 2 years, summarized in about, what, an hour? I think it'd be fun to keep this up. So like, when I play Mega Man Battle Network 2 next, maybe I'll draw Lan instead of Mega Man. Huh, when I get to number 3, I wonder what I'll do. If there's any more main characters than that. Well, pretty much just wanted to do a short stream like this, and yeah, I guess I'll post the, this drawing. All 5 of them on X. And then I guess I'll keep up this tradition. Is this tradition? I only did it once. Keep up the idea. I do kind of want to do a bit more stuff on X, to be honest, because right now my X timeline just looks like a diary, an activity journal, which is fine, but in speaking with what I said earlier about I kind of want to do some more VTuber-ish like things, other than just stream games. So, that is all for today. My special 2-year anniversary stream. And thank you for watching. See you around. Right, bye.